All right, fight fans. I want to talk about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Everybody was talking about the knockout. I mean, we got to look at that shot to the air. If you're losing a lot of blood, even if it wasn't like it was gushing out a little bit, like dripping, and you're getting trauma to the head, you getting hit to the head, that would make you woozy. He never recovered. Tyson Fury did exactly what he said he was going to do. He's going to bring the fight to Wilder. I like Wilder. I'm a fan of him. But Tyson Fury said, I'm going to bring it to him because I noticed in the last fight that when I actually pressed him, he didn't know what to do. So you have to give Tyson Fury his credit. He went and actually switched training camps, came in with a different look that his opponent wasn't expecting, and brought the fight to him and kept him on his toes and put him in an awkward position that he has never been in any of his fights, where he was actually being bullied. And then not only that, he gave him a different look. He dirty boxed him. He stayed in the pocket because you see, Deontay Wilder, he's not used to having somebody that close on him. He throws long swings, long punches, and now he got somebody up in him. Now he can't use his power. Most of his power come from the leverage of that hand coming all the way from wherever. He can give him the hand of God and hitting him and then catch him with that leverage from that height and that length that he has. So now Tyson Fury, he's a boxer. He forced a guy that's a fighter to box, took him out of his element. And then any kind of combat sport, one of the best ways to get a victory is to take the opponent out of their element, and that's what he did. He took him to deep water. And another thing I would think, the issue about the equipment. Well, like a lot of people, some people said, well, was it Shannon Sharp who brought it up? That was your fault. You wore all that stuff, 40 pounds of equipment on you. Probably couldn't breathe real good. I played football. I also did a little sparring before in martial arts. First time we had to wear a face mask in the martial arts thing. It's hard to breathe in that thing. So him coming out on a championship fight bout, and he's coming out. You got remember you're in an enclosed stadium. Your adrenaline's rushing. You got this suit on. It's probably messing with your breathing. You're getting hot. You're sweating. He lost a lot of fluid. That can come into play, but we're not going to take no credit away from Tyson Fury doing his thing. But what I'm gonna say is that's something people have to actually consider now is your equipment. It makes let's just say this: if you don't have proper mobility, or even if you're wearing stuff that's gonna wear you down, make you tired, that can happen. But realistically, you should have did a walkthrough. I'm gonna bring up a point. Michael Jackson. I was watching a documentary on Michael Jackson, and what he does for his shows, he actually wears his uniform or outfit, whatever he's going to be performing in on Showtime, on the night of the event he's doing. He's practicing it from day one. And from a football perspective, one of my coaches, they always said there was an adage: how you practice is how you're going to play. So if you're going to wear all this stuff to bring a show to the fight, you should have wore it and did walkthroughs to see how it feels on you. That was a mistake he made. So you came in with all this stuff on, knowing all these lights are shining on you to make you sweat, draining your energy, and you're probably nervous also. You came in and you wasn't yourself. You might have dehydrated himself. Who knows? With all that stuff on him. He might have dehydrated himself. If anybody has been in front of TV lights, knows it's really hot. But at the end of the day, he still was outboxed. Tyson Fury landed the shots he needed, and he executed his game plan like he said he was, so you can't take nothing from Tyson Fury. He executed his plan. He boxed him. He got rough with him, wrestled him, put some weight on him. That adds to it. He said if I was a little bigger, I could take his shots a little more like that. He came in off of like out of nowhere and came in for him after basically having like coming back from drug abuse and everything, and came in and fought him. He said, yo, listen, if I get in shape and get myself ready, I could take this guy. He knew that. And he knows a little more he knows way more about boxing than him. You got a guy that's a fighter going against a boxer. So there's things that he just doesn't know, and Tyson Fury just exposed it. Other guys weren't able to expose it, so you always give Deontay Wilder his credit. Everybody else couldn't do it. He knocked him out. He hit him with that, they say that great eraser. Whatever mistakes he makes during that fight, that right hand erases it all. But this time, somebody was able to stay in it with him, take his punches, and then also was able to outbox him, and they worked their game plan. He went against a guy that was just as big as him that could hit and take a hit. At the end of the day, you got to remember, Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, one of the Klitschko's. He has an awkward style. He moves around a lot. He's light-footed for a big guy. He's tall, got a long reach, and he can move. And he's very elusive, and he knows how to move. You see him, he go in the corner, he ducking. So that was a great fight. If they're gonna do a rematch, you have to wait. Antonio Tarver brought up a good point. You gotta go back to the fundamentals. Like, you definitely don't know how to box. Like, and it's nothing against him. You just don't have the fundamentals. So he'd have to start from the beginning and erase everything he learned and relearn if you're gonna go for that third fight. And you got to come with something different and show Tyson Fury something different to throw him off. You have to have something to set up that right hand. You got to have a better setup for that right hand. Everybody knows the right hand's coming. Eventually, somebody's gonna figure it out how to get away from it. How to either lessen the blow or just get away from it. So now you got to have something to distract them so the right hand's coming. You have to have something to set up that right hand. They looking for the right, I don't know, hit him with a left uppercut. Work that, or a left hook, a jab. You got to do something. Cut him off. He got to learn how to do different things. And I do have a problem with him firing the trainer that threw in the towel for him. The trainer is I think he was an amateur boxer. He won gold medals. He has accolades. He saw he was getting punished. And just like I'll bring up the Mayweather-McGregor fight, once the ref saw that McGregor was no longer throwing punches and just taking punches, the fight was over. And that's basically what happened with Wilder. He was taking abuse, and he wasn't defending himself, and he wasn't throwing punches back. He was out of the fight. So the other guys figuring that's his job to care for the fighter, not let the fighter go down and get hurt. You don't want to have brain damage. You don't want to get killed in the ring. Regardless of what you're saying, okay, you want to die on your shield. What about the rest of your family? The people that you said you're fighting for to support. So that guy's looking out for you. You fired him as a pride issue. Like, I don't think you should have fired him. He probably would be the best guy to help you get back into championship form. He could teach you some things. You don't want a bunch of yes men around you. You want somebody going to tell you, like, listen, you lost, champ. We got to fix this. You don't want everybody to say everything's fine. No, you're not going to get better like that. This fight is what's really going to test you. Every great champion really gets a test. This fight was your test. So how you fight, if you fight Tyson Fury again, this is your ultimate test. No one else took you there except for him. But back to the equipment thing. I think that is an important thing. Sometimes, like, let's say you're boxing, right? What kind of shorts are you gonna wear? The shorts, are they blocking your movement? Wearing equipment, some people want to do showboating. Is it worth it? Save your energy for the fight. That's a big thing to be brought up now. Somebody, Shannon Sharp also brought up with the football players, and they have the helmets with the visors and stuff like that. A lot of times they got to come on the side, they got to take their helmet off. Because you got to breathe. That stuff is blocking you from breathing. That can cause an issue, but you don't really want to make that an issue because you chose to wear it. You chose to put on. You gained more weight for the fight. Probably wasn't used to carrying that weight around. And being that you gained more weight, you put on all this 40 pounds of equipment before the fight. You threw your whole body off in itself. Your body has to bounce. Your body has its own thing. Let's just say in science terms, homeostasis, where your body balances itself out. If you're hot, you sweat. So now your body's trying to figure out how to adjust it to where it's supposed to be, and you're messing with it. You're in an environment where there's a lot of people, lights, and you got all this extra stuff on you. You're sitting on it. You're sitting in it for like, you can't take it off once you put it on. So you got to put it on and sit there and wait for the fight. So you put all this stuff on and do a show, and you forgot about the most important shows in the ring. So, yeah. Tyson Fury, Gypsy King. He came in there and said what he do. He got rough, got dirty with him, but that's a part of the game. You get in there on that clinch, you're going to get punched a couple of times. You might get hit in the back of the head once or twice. That comes with the territory. Not saying it's fair. I don't think I think Fury's strategy was to just bully him. Like he said, he was going to put pressure on him. He wanted to be the aggressor. He wanted Deontay Wilder to feel basically what he does to other people. So now you're uncomfortable now because usually you're the one putting a whipping on somebody. I want you to get the beating. I want somebody to put the whipping on you and see how you adjust to it. Because now there's a difference. You got to learn. Now you got to recover. You're not used to fighting with that urgency. So that's what he did, and he did it right. He got on him. He leaned on him, and that also takes some energy from you. If somebody's heavier than you and they putting weight on you in a fight, slowing you down, making things awkward for you. Now you trying to recover from getting knocked down the first time, and then he said, okay, he came in. He said, okay, I got him tired. I'm gonna lean on him. I'm gonna throw some body shots. I'm gonna smother him, not give him some room to breathe and recover. He stayed on him. And then allowed him to recover. So a lot of people picked Wilder. They was upset. I didn't think it was gonna go like that. I thought it was gonna be like a real good fight, maybe a knockout later on down the line. But I knew it was gonna be a problem because once the way Tyson Fury was talking was like he figured it out. He said, okay, I know what he was doing. I got this. And he has more knowledge and experience than Deontay Wilder. So he just figured out the combination to beat him. He put it out there. Everybody else is like, wow, it was that simple? It wasn't that simple. Like, you have to be able to take that man's punch. And like Tyson Fury said, he said, you see the knot on his head. He had a knot on his head. He got hit. But he said, I bulked up so I could take those shots. He knew if I bulk up, I could take those punches. Now, obviously, he didn't sit there and take every punch. He still used defense. He was elusive, threw his shots, stayed close so to avoid the range, because the range is what actually helps Wilder on his punching. Now, a guy that has long arms, sometimes it takes some time to bring his hands back. So he stayed up on him in the pocket. That's a different type of fight. A lot of people can't fight up close. There's boxers that have to fight. They have to have some distance. So other fighters like to be up close, where they could do everything. Everybody can't maneuver like that. It takes a different skill set to be able to do everything and execute, to throw punches inside the pocket, just right there, to even duck and miss. So that was just a whole different monster right there. That was an exciting fight. When like I said, hey, you go to war, you watch if you go to ancient history, different groups of warriors, their equipment. Some people wear a lot of equipment. Some people choose to wear less equipment for reasons, for mobility. They don't want something to tire them down or drag them down. So that's something to learn. If you're out there doing combat sports or anything, be mindful of how you go to the ring before the fight. That's in MMA and in boxing. Be mindful of what you do, all the theatrics you do before the fight, because everybody's gonna say, "Well, you didn't show up. That's on you." I was just thinking, just like, for example, like we look at people that wear, like back in high school, sometimes when you wear coats in the wintertime, the coat or jacket you wear, now you're talking about fighting in the street. You don't want to wear stuff that has you not mobile, because you can't fight in this big bulky coat. You don't want to wear that, or some leather coat that's mad tight and it's not worn in. You can't move your arms. That's something to consider. So this equipment is important. Do you have on proper sneakers or even a proper mouthpiece? You have something on flimsy stuff like that, you will want the correct things. But you can't blame it on the equipment. You still got to come play. Jordan played with the flu and still won, so he was dehydrated. So you got to do things. You know what I mean? There's boxers that fought with broken hands. During the match, they still fought. So you got to just adapt. Well, what he should have did, I guess, he should have gave himself some room to recover during the fight if he could, but it was impossible. Tyson Fury made sure he stayed on him, and he had no room. He smothered him. Gave him no. So that's all. You have to give Tyson Fury his credit. He came in, he planned his work and worked his plan, and he outboxed him. He was already a better boxer. He said he made sure that his boxing was going to be the advantage. He made sure to figure out his strengths and how he could make his strengths work for him and take away Deontay Wilder's strengths. He took away his strength. He took away that right hand. He negated it. And once he couldn't land it, the frustration came in, and he was getting beat on. Eventually, it added on. Multiple punches added on. He wasn't able to adjust. And Deontay Wilder is the pound for pound. He's the champ. Anthony Joshua has to come to him. He has all the belts. I would like to see a Ruiz Tyson Fury fight. Yeah, Tyson. So Joshua has to come to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has the belt. He's the champ now. He's the best. But just this whole series, they all need to fight each other. Just because there's money to be made and it's exciting. Everybody wants to see Anthony Joshua now versus Deontay Wilder, not Deontay Wilder, versus Tyson Fury. But they need to fight too. Anthony Joshua needs to fight Wilder as well. Wilder better hit the drawing board and restart. He might have to switch camps. But I don't think he should apologize to the trainer that threw the towel in. Don't blame him. He did what he was supposed to do. That's it.